Okay, so before we begin, I just want to be very, very clear. Do not try to trade what it is I'm about to talk about. The purpose of this video is to spark thought. It's to ask the question, get the conversation going, to spark thought. If you try to trade what I'm about to show you, I almost guarantee you're gonna lose all your money. So don't try to trade this based off of this video. But it is to spark thought. It is to give you something to think about with your own strategies. And I'm very curious to hear what you all think and get this conversation going on what could be a very epic technical indicator, which really is just called a candlestick. All right, traders. So I want to look at a technical indicator that I use and see if you guys use it, what you think of it. So we all see if you all use it and what you think of it. So here we are. We got about 3 minutes left before this 30-minute candle closes. So I got the 5-minute chart over here on QCOM and the 30-minute chart on the SPY. So QCOM likes to follow the SPY. So here's what we got going on. So we can see this candle is about to close. So the question is, will it retrace on the next candle, or will it just go up or just go down? But usually it likes to throw these little wicks, tails, shadows, whatever you want to call them. See that? Almost every single candle does it. Not all of them. Look, this one went straight green, right? But the majority of them do that. The vast majority of them do that. So every 30 minutes when this candle is going to close, I can expect it to move in the opposite direction of where it's going to end up. So I can expect it to go up before it goes down, or down before it goes up and closes. So then when I look over here at QCOM, I can see that, in about 2 minutes, this candle is going to close as well. And my next candle, based on what's happening here, is most likely going to go up before it goes down, or it's just going to go up or whatever. But what that tells me is that over here at QCOM, most likely I'm going to have retracement of this red candle. So if I'm thinking about getting into this short, I might wait for that retracement that we're most likely going to have, because we're going to throw a wick to the upside for whenever this candle opens. So most likely I'm going to be able to wait to get in to QCOM before I place a trade. So when we look back over here, and this also helps me with my exit strategy as well. So we're going to go back here and look. Each one of these are 30-minute lines. See 10:25, 10:30 is when the next candle is opening. So on a 30-minute, this one over here at 10:30, right here on this candle's closing, or just closed on this one. No, open. Sorry, open on this candle right here. So as soon as this candle, so we have all these greens. Now this one's going to open. We know it's going to go up, and it's probably going to go down. Like, we know we're going to have movement here that's going to be opposite. So we have this green candle closing. I know I'm going to have downward movement on this 30-minute close. I know this is going to happen. And once we have that downward movement, there's a possibility that we could rally up. It could continue going down. I don't know. But the point is, if I'm going to put my stop right here on the close of this candle, I know it's going to get hit. I know my stop's going to get hit, because we know we're going to have downward movement on this 30-minute. And we know this follows the SPY. See, there we go. So now we got the upward movement, just like I said, right? So we should see a little bit over here, on the correlation with QCOM, because we know it's going to throw a tail or a wick before it does its thing. So we got this upward movement, and now it might continue to sell off, or it could continue going higher. I don't know. But the point is, we know we're going to have this movement. So when we're thinking about putting our stop or entering a trade over here on the 5-minute chart, every 30 minutes, I can expect a retracement happening. So right there, we got that retracement, and then we got the move up. Next 30 minutes, candle closing right here, and it's going to happen on both sides of it. So because you have it doesn't usually close at the high of day, or the high of candle rather, right? So at least 5 minutes before candle close, if it's like this, I can expect it to retrace a little bit. Like if it looks like, it's solid candle, no tail on the top, and it's only got 5 minutes left, chances are it's going to pull back a little bit in that last 5 minutes. Or at 10 minutes, if it's solid like that and it's hasn't retraced at all yet, chances are it's going to pull back, because it always does that, right? So if I'm trading in the 5-minute candle, I can expect that the candles leading up to this 30-minute close are going to retrace. So we're on the way up, and then leading into this close, I'm expecting some retracement, and then right here we have a little bit of retracement, not much, and then we get our thing. And then right here leading up, so we're at 25 right here. We got a little retracement, and then right here we get the rest of it, throwing a wick on the 30-minute. And then we got our way up, and then in the last 5 minutes we get that retracement, and then we get a continued retracement for the opening of the next 30-minute candle. So this is closing on the 30-minute over here. You know, this is a 5-minute chart, but over here it's on the 30. So this is closing on that 30. So we got the retracement, and then this is opening on that next 30. So we're going to have that making the tail, making a wick before it continues its movement. So anyway, just something to think about, traders. Do you look at the 30-minute chart on a index that relates to a ticker that you're trading? And then do you notice on that index that it always throws tails and wicks on the 30-minute, so that when you're on your 5-minute, when you're coming up to that 30-minute marker, you can expect retracements? Does that help you manage where you're gonna put your stops? Right, because this rally up, if I'm going to put my stop right here in this candle, I know in the last 5 minutes of this, there's a high probability of retracement because we're going to put a wick or a tail on the 30-minute. And then I know over here, there's a high probability of retracement because we're going to put a wick or tail on the 30-minute. So if I'm going to put my stop here, I basically know I'm getting out of this trade. You know, it's almost guaranteed that I'm getting out of this trade. But at the same time, when this candle's closing, if I wanted to scalp a little or get a better position, I could almost sell out of my position here and then wait for the next, wait for it to show me what it wants to do. And then we got the retracement. All right, cool. So maybe I'll put my entry in just above this. Oh, we got more retracement. All right, well, maybe I'll look to putting my entry in just above this, you know. It just gives me some other opportunities to look at where my entry is. And then I get back in the trade here, and then I've, you know, made a little extra money on my trade, and it's boosting. So there's a couple different ways that I look at it. I trade mostly off of an algo, but this definitely helps me manage where my stops are and my entries. My algo might switch and tell me to take this trade long right here, even though this retracement's still possibly going to happen. It still could be a good long trade, but I'll be like, you know, I'm going to wait. I'll wait for this because I know I'm going to have retracements. I know we're going to throw wicks and tails on these candles. So yeah, anyway, is that a technical indicator that you can use in your strategy, and how would you use it? Something to think about if you haven't already thought about it. Candles like to throw tails and wicks. So when you see these retracements, 30-minute candle, 1 hour candle, 4 hour candle, they all do it. I mostly look at the 30 and the 4 hour. So when you see these movements, you know, are you surprised? You're like, oh no, it's going down. Or are you saying, oh, it's a 30-minute candle that has to make a tail and a wick, so it's doing its thing, and then we'll see what happens when it's done. You know, which way do you look at it? All right, curious to hear your comments below, and we'll see you on the next video.